Boom. What is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. Today, we're ending the week with a little bit of a collaboration effort that I decided would be a pretty good idea. I've been wanting to drink this one for a minute now since I've had it in my possession, but yeah, so I decided to do that. So today, we're going to be looking at a collaboration between Three Sons Brewing Company and Mortalis, I think it is. Mortalis, I think, is how you pronounce it. Mortalis Brewing Company out of, I believe they're out of Avon, New York, when Three Sons is out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So we got some Hydra berry pie going up for review today. Look at that can art. I just think that's pretty damn awesome, if I say so myself. It's an 8% fruited sour, which I'm always for when it comes to higher ABV fruited sours, because I'm really curious to see if it's boozy or not, because they're considering this a smoothie style like fruited sour as well. So I'm guessing this thing's going to be thick, heavy, with really like tart, sweet berry notes. But yeah, I think it's going to be absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's crack this guy open and see what this thing's all about. I always want to be careful opening these ones. But yeah, look at that. On the smell, you can already see how thick this one is. Really bright notes of like raspberry, blackberry coming through on there. I'm just expecting tons of just berry notes in my face. Yeah, let's pour this guy and see what this guy's like. So, drinking it out of my Black Horizon Brewing Company glass. Let's see how this pours. Oh yeah, this is already a thick one. Look at that. Barely, it's like kind of like a frothy, little bit of a head. Not much of it. Definitely it has that smoothie kind of consistency. Oh, it's like, yeah. Oh, okay. Off that note, kind of give me an interesting flavor. But yeah, very heavy. You can see this is the thick one for sure. Definitely getting a little bit of like a pie crust kind of spice note in there, which is very unique. Kind of like, I don't know if it's like a cinnamon, maybe kind of like a cinnamon sugar kind of note in there. So let's give this guy a try. So without further ado, cheers everybody. Wow. Okay. Right off the bat, it's actually not as pungent in the berry flavors as I thought, because right up front you get like this cinnamon sugar kind of pie crust flavor that hits you. It's very interesting, definitely unique. Still get a decent amount of tartness from it, from like because I believe this one's actually brewed with loganberries as well, which I guess it's like a hybrid between a blackberry and a raspberry. So it's definitely a very unique berry flavor I'm getting, mixing with that kind of pie crust, like sugar coating, cinnamon sugar kind of flavor. Kind of reminds me of like the cinnamon sugar stuff you get like on a cinnamon roll, if that makes any sense. Very like creamy mouthfeel. Definitely don't really taste any booziness, so with this being an 8%, definitely is a plus for sure, at least in my opinion. This smell is very unique. Really like that heavy mouthfeel. But to me, I'm trying to figure out, it's mixing, like you could definitely get the cinnamon sugar mixing with the berry. Just in my opinion, I don't know if it's my favorite kind of combination that I've had, to be honest. It kind of gets to the point where it's almost floral with the cinnamon sugar. I mean, when the berries and the cinnamon sugar kind of taste like the pie crusty kind of taste to me are mixing together, it definitely has like some weird floral notes to me that it's like, I don't know if I'm totally for it or against it yet. It's definitely it's a very unique, pungent, leaving that flavor in your mouth. Like, flavor in my mouth afterwards is literally you just took a bite of a cinnamon roll, having that like cinnamon sugar kind of sweetness just sitting there. I would like to get more of those berry notes, like if it's using loganberries, I would definitely like to see that a little bit sit on my tongue a little bit more, since they're trying to describe it as a smoothie sour. And when I think of a smoothie sour, I want just very in your face, pungent berry notes that just linger. I didn't expect that more of that pie aspect to be sitting on the tongue a little bit more. But overall, not too bad. I'm really enjoying that kind of pastry crust, kind of graham crackery note that's sitting there. Really nice. But like I said before, I really wanted a little bit more berry to sit in my tongue. The only thing I'm really getting from the berry notes that linger is just the tartness at first. It's a slight sweetness, but most of the sweetness is coming out from that kind of crust graham cracker situation. So let's talk about these two breweries really quick, because we all know it's a collaboration effort. So Three Sons Brewing Co. out of Fort Lauderdale. It was a father and son kind of owned brewery where a father and son decided to open a brewery with their passion for unconventional, really unique flavors of craft beer. So that's really cool as well. And then they decided to team up with Mortalis Brewing Co. up in Avon, New York. So I'm kind of curious who kind of decided the Loganberry part, and I'm wondering if maybe one of these two decided about that graham cracker cinnamon roll kind of crust kind of flavor that I'm getting in there. So it's a very, very, I could definitely see the complexity in there when it comes to just the amount of bakery flavor you get in it, and then having that slight tartness from the berries, even though I would have liked to get a little bit more of like that natural berry flavor to sit in there. I feel like it kind of gets underwhelmed by the graham cracker cinnamon sugar flavor in there. You're not really getting enough of it. So overall, it's not bad. To be honest, I think I've had better smoothie sours when it comes to like this kind of mix. I feel like if they would have used a little bit less like that cinnamon sugar graham cracker component, it would have kind of brought out that more of that Loganberry mix between like a blackberry and a raspberry flavor to come out a little bit more. But overall, yeah, it's not bad. I'm really enjoying that bakery kind of note that sits. When I drink a smoothie sour, or when I drink something that's heavily fruited, this thick, I want loads and loads of like fruit puree flavor, which to me, I'm not getting as much of as when it comes to the other desserty flavors I'm getting in it. So I don't want to say it's like a downside to it, but it kind of is. So let's see what the description of this guy is and see what they actually did. So these brewers came together to cook up the Hydra berry pie, a fruited sour that they stuffed 5,000 pounds of tangy and succulent Loganberries, along with graham crackers, cinnamon, and vanilla. So right there, you got the graham cracker, like cinnamon sugar, along with like just adding actual cinnamon and vanilla in there to kind of bring in that sweetness, and then, which I feel like adding that little extra bit of cinnamon after that graham cracker, I feel like you could have used like a cinnamon sugar graham cracker in there, and then you wouldn't have needed to add that extra cinnamon component to it at all, in my opinion at least. Let's see, the result is a velvety, capital T, thick brew bursting with berry flavor, a hint of citrusy warmth, and a nice balanced tartness. Over on Untapped, users have rated amongst every addition to the Mortalis Hydra Fruited Sour series a 4.5 or higher. No wonder their New York brew house is always a line around the block. So, let's see what they say right here. Bursting with berry flavor. To me, I'm not getting that at all when it comes to berry flavor in your face. Getting just mostly cinnamon sugar, graham cracker dessertiness, and then that slight tartness from the Loganberries, but then not really getting much of a citrusy note. It probably could be blending in with the tartness of the berries to kind of give that a little extra addition of tartness. But yeah, it's not bad at all. I'm enjoying this. It's just I wanted more. I wanted a lot more out of the Loganberries from this, because it's a berry that you don't see used quite often when it comes to brewing fruited sours. So I would have liked them to let that berry speak for itself a little bit more, since it's not a very common used ingredient in my opinion. So let's go over onto Untapped and see what they have to say about it here. So like I said before, it's an 8% ABV, which I would say it's a little bit higher than your sessionable range. This is definitely one of those smoothie kind of sours that I would say maybe have like one or two of and you'd be good. Don't want to go over the top when it comes to how many of these you drink. I mean, just by the different flavors and not having any booziness to it, having those strong dessert flavors in there are really going to make it easy drinking if you're really enjoying like graham cracker pastry flavors. If you're in for that, this is going to be totally for you. But the tartness kind of lets you know that it's still a beer, lets you know it's a fruited sour still. And let's see, with over 842 ratings, this one has an average rating of 4.07 on Untapped, which, yeah, it's not bad at all. So let's see where people got what people had to say about this one. So This guy gave it a 4 out of 5. We got a 3.75. Somebody gave it this a 4.75. Well, let's see. This guy purchased it over at Beer Bruvs, where let's see where that's located. So that's Cambridgeshire. I wonder Huntington, Cambridgeshire. I wonder if that's overseas or not. Interesting. Well, let's see what else we got. Beer Bruvs saying apparently people were able to purchase this in England or somewhere. I'm curious. I don't know. Let's see. This guy gave it a 4 out of 5, saying light body smoothie, just right for my taste buds. And they purchased it at NWIPA, which is a beer pub in Portland, Oregon. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. We got a 4.25. We got another 3.75. We got a 3.5 saying purchased it at Three Sons. Let's see. Yeah, so ratings are back and forth. But it's kind of cool that people can get this stuff all over. So if you're looking for anything for Three Sons or Mortalis, you can probably find them somewhere near you. I'm guessing since they're all around the country, you can either find them at your local beer store. When it comes to if there's somebody who specializes in craft beer, you might be able to get your hands on some of this stuff. Or you might just be able to find stuff from each kind of individual brewery themselves. So overall, yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. See, I definitely can agree with this guy's rating. It says it kind of like somebody put a pie in a blender plus extra cinnamon. Yep. So he gave it a 4.5, and so he might really like that cinnamon note. But to me, I would have liked that cinnamon note to be really. They didn't need to add the extra cinnamon, in my opinion, because if you used like a correct graham cracker to where if it's more of like a cinnamon sugar graham cracker, you wouldn't even needed to add that extra element of cinnamon by itself as an ingredient, because you're going to still get that sweetness, you're still going to get that breadiness from it, but then you're just getting overloaded with cinnamon on this one, and it's just, to me, it's not as enjoyable as a lot of other smoothie sours I've had. So let's start going down the ratings here and figure out what we're going to do with this one, because I don't know how I'm going to rate this one yet. Let's pour the rest of it in. Get that nice thick stuff to come out of the bottom. So let's look at can art. Yeah, I really enjoy the can art they use from this. Kind of gives me, there's a Hydra vibe going here, but it also makes me think of Godzilla with King Ghidorah and all that stuff, because you have 3 heads and they're shooting out raspberries and stuff and loganberries, and so really, really cool can art. Really like the holographic kind of notes to it to kind of make it something that would catch your attention at a liquor store or a bottle shop for sure. Of course, you have the Three Sons and the Mortalis logo right on the bottom, along with the Three Sons on the top. So yeah, very, very clean can art. I liked how they took up most of the real estate they can with this one when it comes to like different accents in the background. Like you have like those kind of red palm trees in the background to kind of take up space, bring a little bit of extra red color to the black label. So overall, yeah, really, really nice can art for this one. One of the reasons why I picked this one up was because the can art was so cool in my opinion. So I'd give this like a solid like 4.75, almost a 5 out of can art for me. Really, really nice. So if I got this beer in a flight at Three Sons Brewing Co., would I get another one? To be honest, probably not. I'd probably try another like smoothie sour that they have available if they did have one, and see if it's a little bit less cinnamon in there. And so, but overall, it's not terrible. Definitely, it's weird because it's creamy at first, but then you know how like when you have something with a lot of cinnamon in there, and it kind of gives you that like dry mouth cinnamon flavor. Like after all that creamy kind of desserty like succulence is out of your mouth, it leaves you with that dry cinnamon in your mouth feel, which is very, very unique. Probably one of my least favorite parts about that is that kind of dry mouth feel I get at the end. And to me, this one just has way too much cinnamon. Like I said before, if they could have just taken that regular cinnamon component out and then just used like a cinnamon sugar graham cracker instead, I feel like this would be a lot better. It'd be a lot smoother. Wouldn't be so up there in cinnamon flavor than it is right now. So yeah, I'd probably not get it. I wouldn't probably get another one of these if I had it in a flight. I'd probably just drink the glass of that in a flight and be done. So what is my rating going to be on this one? Some people may like the flavor of cinnamon. Some people may like that kind of dry mouth cinnamon flavor you get at the end. But the like the bakery pie crust, like graham cracker notes, are nice at first. It's a weird mix when you get like the tartness of it right away, and then it goes straight to like cinnamon sugar graham cracker, and then just leaves that mouth feel with just dry cinnamon kind of notes in it. Which I don't know. I don't want to say this beer is probably not for me, just because of how much cinnamon is in it. Because I enjoy cinnamon sugar. I enjoy kind of notes of cinnamon, but when when they put too much in there, it kind of gets to the point where it's almost unenjoyable, and that's kind of almost what it did with me. So I'm gonna say this one's probably not a go-to beer for me when it comes to a smoothie sour. I would have seen it be a lot better if they just kind of toned down the cinnamon notes in here a lot. But overall, I think I'm gonna give this one for a final rating of. It's tough. Probably gonna give it like a 6.25. Probably maybe just right at a 6. I think it would have been a lot better if just there wasn't as much cinnamon in here. That's pretty much it. If there was less cinnamon, you got more of those, like a little bit more bready notes. You got a little bit more of that kind of graham cracker flavor, along with more of a pungent loganberry, kind of a mix between a raspberry and a blackberry, like berry flavor with a smoothie kind of thickness. I think it would have been a lot better, and it would have possibly gone to the point where it would be almost like an 8.5 for me if there was just less cinnamon. That would have been my ideal thing for this. But this one, I think if I had to take it, I'd probably pass on it. If I had the opportunity, like if I was at somebody's house and they offered me to drink this, I'd probably say I'd pass. I'll have the can. I have this now, but probably wouldn't be my go-to search for a smoothie fruited sour, in my opinion. No, Duchess, those are actually like shooting out berries. So if you look at it, just shooting out berries on them. But yeah, my favorite thing about this beer is the can art, to be honest. So that's pretty much it, guys. So thank you everybody again for tuning in. If you're possibly interested to try out this one, you can just go to your local tap house or your local bottle shop, see if they can get some stuff from Three Sons or Mortalis. And who knows, if you enjoy cinnamon flavors, this might be the fruited sour for you, but it's just not for me. I think I'm going to pass on ever trying to get my hands on any of the other Hydra berry pies, just because if it kind of has that same kind of cinnamon thickness, cinnamon heaviness at the end, it's just not going to be that enjoyable for me. But other than that, that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. So thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are amazing. Make sure that like button on your way out as well. Help me out a lot. Other than that, if you want to see a more social media aspect of beer, see a bunch of people that are hanging out right now. Derek, Duchess, Ian. Let's see. I know Wintucky's in here somewhere. If you want to see what we're drinking, you can get on Untapped. Shoot us all friend requests, and you can see what people are checking in, possibly give you suggestions of what you could possibly look out for. Or if you're looking to see if you want to get Untapped is a great platform just because they give you options with like discount codes and different beer subscription services, different beer delivery services as well. Also coupon codes for different places where you can get glassware, you can get their own glassware and all that stuff. So other than that, yeah. So make sure you guys, if you're new to the channel, like what you see, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. We'll let you know whenever I go live, do another review. There might not be a review tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm getting my final COVID stabbing tomorrow, so who knows how I'm going to feel. And so I'm kind of taking that. I might take those 2 days just to kind of sit back, let the kind of shot do what it's going to do. Don't really want to mix alcohol with the two stuff that I'll be doing, but overall, yeah. It is what it is. So most likely I will see you guys back over here on the channel on Wednesday. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'll try to get some stuff ready to go for Wednesday. Who knows? I might be feeling okay and you might see a review on Tuesday, but most likely there will not be one tomorrow. So just if you have anybody else or you just kind of just have a beer for me, because I'm not gonna be able to have one. But other than that, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to say it like I always say, we're going to get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I will see you all next time, everybody. Thank you again. Cheers.